Hello friends, welcome back to BioVidyalaya. In our previous videos, we have discussed about immunology and types of immunity and inflammation. In this video, we are going to discuss about cells of immune system. Immune system is the array of cells, tissues and organs that work together to defend against foreign invaders. Foreign invaders include both biotic and abiotic, that means living and non-living invaders. So immune cells are mainly WBC or leukocytes that include the phagocytes like macrophages, neutrophil and dendritic cell, lymphoid cells or lymphocytes, mast cells, eosinophils and basophils. These cells identify and eliminate pathogens either by attacking larger pathogens through contact or by engulfing and then killing microorganisms. So different cells are eliminating pathogen by different mechanism. Some will participating in inflammation, other will kill by phagocytosis, and some cells will produce some chemical that will kill or eliminate microorganism. All the immune cells develop from precursor in bone marrow. The precursor is called hematopoietic stem cell. So, what are the cells of immune system? Lymphocytes. Lymphocytes are developing from lymphoid progenitor cell. Lymphocytes include B lymphocyte, T lymphocyte and NK lymphocytes. NK lymphocytes is also called natural killer cell. Next is granulocyte. Granulocyte means that cell contains some granules inside the cytoplasm. So that is called granulocyte. That include neutrophil, eosinophils, basophils and mast cells and other phagocytic cells. Monocyte, macrophages and dendritic cell. This monocyte inside tissue is called macrophages and inside blood vessel it is called monocyte. The development of immune cell is called hematopoiesis. All the immune cells are developing from hematopoietic stem cell. First it will divide into lymphoid progenitor cell, myeloid progenitor cell and erythroid progenitor cell. From lymphoid progenitor cell, B cell, T cell and NK cell will develop. Okay. From myeloid progenitor cell, neutrophil, basophil, eosinophil, mast cell, dendritic cell and macrophages will develop. And neutrophil, basophil, eosinophil and mast cells are called granulocytes because inside that cell granules are present. And from erythroid progenitor cell, platelets and RBCs are produced. Mainly these WBCs are involved in immune response. Okay. Granulocytes. Why granulocytes are called like this? Granulocytes are so called because these cells have granules of enzymes which helps to digest the invading microbes. So, in these cells, some granules are present. Inside these granules, some enzymes are present. That enzymes help to kill or digest invading microorganism or pathogen. So here you can see that here this basophil there are some blue granules are there. So these granules contain some enzyme that will kill microorganisms. So because of the presence of these granules, granulocytes are called like this. The main function of these cells is to identify, ingest and destroy microbial pathogens through receptors, oxidative mechanism and enzymes. What are the enzymes present inside these granules are lysosome, collagenase and elastase that helps to digest or kill invading microorganisms. Granulocytes are produced via granulopoiesis in the bone marrow. So, granulocytes are produced by granulopoiesis. This group of cells is composed of, that means these granulocytes are composed of or that include neutrophils, eosinophils, basophils and mast cells. Okay, here this is basophil, this is eosinophil, this is neutrophil and this is mast cell. These all the cells contain granules. Within these granules some enzymes are present. That's why it is called as granulocytes. Neutrophils. These cells are most abundant and effective during the inflammation and phagocytosis process. So neutrophils play an important role in inflammation and phagocytosis. In our previous video, we discussed about inflammation. In that video, we discussed that the role of neutrophil in inflammation. So this is the first cell line that is recruited at the inflammation site. So neutrophil is the first cell recruited at the site of inflammation. They are also called polymorphonuclear leukocyte or polymorphonuclear neutrophils or PMN, PML or PMNL because of their presence of multi-lobed nucleus. So in this figure you can see that there are more than one lobe is present. In neutrophil there are more than one lobed nucleus is present. So it is multi-lobed nucleus. Because of the presence of this multi-lobed nucleus, this neutrophil is called a polymorphonuclear leukocyte or polymorphonuclear neutrophil. Okay. It consisting 60% to 65% of the total circulating white blood cells. So, in white blood cells, major cell is neutrophil. Neutrophils have three strategies for directly attacking microorganisms. So, what are the three major strategies? One is phagocytosis or injection. Second is release of soluble antimicrobials including granule proteins. We know that inside the granules of neutrophil some enzymes are present that are able to kill microorganisms. And third is generation of neutrophil extracellular traps or NETs. So neutrophil extracellular trap or nets means it is an extracellular structure that are able to bind and kill microorganisms. This extracellular structure is mainly composed of chromatin fibers. Okay. So inside this neutrophil some granules are present. So there are two types of granules. One is primary or eosinophilic granules. That is found in young cells, and second one is secondary or specific granules. So two types of granules, primary or eosinophilic, secondary or specific granules. Okay, primary granules contain cationic proteins, defensins, proteolytic enzymes, lysosome, myeloperoxidase, etc. So these are the some enzymes present inside primary granules that are mostly found in young cells. Secondary granules contain lysosome, lactoferrin, etc. Okay. Eosinophils. Eosinophils have kidney-shaped lobed nuclei, 2 or 4 lobes. So shape of the nucleus is kidney shape, and how many lobes are present? 2 to 4 lobes are present. Eosinophils play crucial part in parasitic disease and allergy. So they play a major role in parasitic and allergic reaction. They are professional antigen presenting cells. Interleukin-5 produced by basophils and Th2 cells. Th2 cells means T helper cell 2. Interact with eosinophils and causes them to grow and differentiate. So, interleukin-5 that is produced by which cells? Basophil and Th2 cells that help eosinophil to grow and differentiate. Next is basophil. This is least abundant cell in bone marrow and blood, less than 0.5%. Least abundant cell is basophil and most abundant cell is neutrophil. That you have to remember. Two-lobed nucleus. Here you can see that two lobes are present. In this picture you can see that two lobes are present and the shape of this nucleus is bean shape. So, two-lobed bean shaped nucleus. Basophil have receptors that can bind to Ig, IgG, complement and histamine. So on the surface of this basophil, some receptors are present that are able to bind with the immunoglobulin G, immunoglobulin E, complement protein and histamine. Granules contents of basophils are abundant with histamine, heparin, chondroitin sulfate, peroxidase, platelet activating factor and other substance. Inside the granules of this basophil, some chemicals like histamine, heparin, chondroitin sulfate, peroxidase, etc. are present. You have to remember at least histamine and heparin. Histamine play major role in inflammation. This is a vasodilator and also a chemoattractant. Vasodilator means that will help in widening of a blood vessel. If blood vessel widen means what happens? Blood flow will increase. And heparin is an anticoagulant. That means that will prevent blood clotting. And basophil is a non-phagocytic cell. Okay. Next is mast cell, present in tissue. Mast cell is a tissue-based inflammatory cell. Defense against pathogens. Example, parasite and allergic reactions, particularly anaphylaxis. Anaphylaxis means it is allergic reaction, but it is very chronic. Chronic allergic reaction. That is called anaphylaxis. And develop immediate hypersensitivity. So, mast cells are playing major role in immediate hypersensitivity. Immediate hypersensitivity is also called type 1 hypersensitivity. This is an IgA mediated hypersensitivity that will release histamine-like chemicals from mast cells and basophils. Next is lymphocytes that are developing from lymphoid progenitor cell. Lymphocytes help the body to remember previous invaders and recognize them if they come back to attack again. So, lymphocytes are playing major role in adaptive immune response or adaptive immunity. Lymphocytes begin their life in bone marrow. They are developing from lymphoid progenitor cell. 20 to 40% cells in bone marrow. Three types lymphocytes are B lymphocyte, T lymphocytes, NK cells. NK cells are also called natural killer cells. So this is the picture of T lymphocyte, B lymphocyte and NK cells. B cells, component of humoral immune response. Humoral immune response means antibody mediated immune response. Site of maturation, bone marrow. that you have to remember. Cytomaturation of B cell is bone marrow. They present antigens to T cells. That means these B cells are antigen presenting cells. And more importantly, they produce antibodies to neutralize infectious microbes. So, these B cells are antibody producing cells. Antibodies coat the surface of pathogen and serves three major roles. So, the three major roles of antibodies are neutralization, opsonization, and complement activation. That you have to remember. Every antibody is unique, but they fall under general categories: IgM, IgD, IgG, IgA, IgE. So, 5 antibodies are there: IgM, IgD, IgG, IgA, IgE. You have to remember this name. If you have difficulty to remember this name, you have to use some tricks. Like I will tell you one trick. Let's imagine that there is a one couple. The name of that couple is Mary and Donald. They are from Goa. Now they are going to Australia by flight. The name of that flight is Emirates. So you can remember this like Mary and Donald. 1 minute. Okay, Mary and Donald from Goa going to Australia by Emirates. From Mary you can remember IgM. From Donald you can remember IgD. From Goa you can remember IgG. Australia IgA. And from Emirates you can remember IgE, like that. You can use some trick to remember names like this. After antigen encountered, B cell differentiate into plasma cells and memory B cell. After antigen encountered, what happened? B cell will activate and then it will differentiate to become plasma cells and memory B cells. Okay. These plasma cells will produce secretory antibodies. And these memory B cells will help in that will remember this, or that will prevent the second exposure of the same pathogen. That is the role of memory B cells. Differentiation required interaction with T cell and macrophages. But this differentiation of B cell required the help of T cells and macrophages. Okay. Here in this picture you can see that this is B cell and this is T helper cell. I told you that B cell require help of T helper cell for their activation. So here T cell will produce some cytokines that is helping for the activation of B cell. And B cell will proliferate and differentiate to produce plasma cell and memory cell. Plasma cell produce secretory antibody and memory B cell will prevent the second exposure of same pathogen. What are the surface markers of B cell? B cell receptor, this immunoglobulin antibody is the B cell receptor, and CD45 MH2 antigen MH2 that will help in antigen presentation. Here you can, sorry, MHC2 Here you can see that MSC2. So on the surface of B cell, MSC2 is present. That you have to remember. That is very important. That is helping for the antigen presentation. That will present antigen to T cell. Okay. Complement receptors CR1 and CR2. B7 that will interact with T cell. Here you can see that B7 that is interacting with CD28 of T helper cell. So B7 is interacting with T helper cells or T cell. CD40 that interact with T cell. Here you can see that CD40 that is interacting with T helper cell, that is interacting with CD40L. CD40 ligand of T helper cell. Okay. This is a cytokine receptor that will bind with, that is called CR1 and CR2. Okay. That will bind with the cytokines. So these are some surface markers of B cells. You have to remember at least this one. Next is T cell. Cytomaturation of T cell is thymus. Cytomaturation of B cell is bone marrow. Cytomaturation of T cell is thymus. Okay. T cells are divided into two broad categories, CD8 T cells or CD4 T cells. CD8 T cells are called cytotoxic T cells and CD4 T cells are called helper T cells. And CD8 plus T cells also called cytotoxic T cells or cytotoxic lymphocyte, CTLS. CTLS or cytotoxic T lymphocytes crucial for recognizing and removing virus infected cells and cancer cells. So major role of cytotoxic T cells or CD8 plus T cell is for the removal of virus infected cells and cancer cell. That is very important. Cytotoxic T lymphocytes have specialized compartments or granules containing cytotoxin that cause apoptosis. CD4 plus T cells are called T helper cells. On the surface of T helper cells, marker called CD4 is present, and on the surface of cytotoxic T cell, marker called CD8 is present. So it is called CD8 plus or cytotoxic T cell and CD4 plus T helper cells. Okay. So T helper cells are also called CD4 plus T cell. The four major CD4 plus T cell subsets are Th1, Th2, Th17 and Treg. That means T helper cell 1, T helper cell 2, T helper cell 17 and regulatory T cell or Treg. What is the role of Th1 cell? Th1 cells are critical for coordinating immune response against intracellular microbes, especially bacteria. So, Th1 cells are working against intracellular microbes. They produce and secrete molecules that alert and activate other immune cells like bacteria ingesting macrophages. So, they will produce some chemicals like cytokine or interleukin that will help others or that will activate other immune cells like macrophages. Next is Th2 cell. Th2 cells are important for coordinating immune response against extracellular pathogens like helminths, parasitic worms, alerting B cells, granulocytes and mast cells. So Th2 cells are working against extracellular pathogen. Th1 against intracellular microbes, Th2 against extracellular pathogens like parasitic worms. That will alert B cell granulocytes. Granulocytes means neutrophil, basophil, eosinophil, mast cell, etc. Okay. Th2, Th17. Th17 cells are named for their ability to produce interleukin 17. Interleukin 17 activate immune and non-immune cells. We already told sometimes before that interleukin 17 is helping for the activation or growth and differentiation of eosinophils. So this interleukin 17 is produced by T helper cell 17 that will help in the activation of other immune and non-immune cells. Th17 cells are important for recruiting neutrophils. Regulatory T cell or Tregs that will monitor and inhibit the activity of other T cells. So that will inhibit or that will prevent the activity of other T cell. Okay. NK cells or natural killer cells. So, natural killer cells or NK cells have features of both innate and adaptive immunity. They are playing a major role in both innate and adaptive immunity. NK cells are cytotoxic. Small granules in their cytoplasm contain special proteins such as porphyrin and proteases known as granzymes. So inside the cytoplasm of NK cells, some proteins like porphyrin and proteases are present. These two proteins together, these two enzymes together are called granzymes. That you have to remember. Porphyrin forms, that is a function of porphyrin. Porphyrin forms pores in the cell membrane of the target cell, through which granzymes and associated molecule can enter, inducing apoptosis. Apoptosis means programmed cell death. So this porphyrin, so two enzymes are present inside the cytoplasm of NK cells. That two enzymes are together called granzymes. The two enzymes are porphyrin and proteases. This porphyrin form pores on the surface of targeted cell. Through these pores, that granzymes and other enzymes can enter, and then it will induce apoptosis or programmed cell death of target cell. This is important. You have to remember that. Important NK cells are important for recognizing and killing virus infected cells or tumor cells. NK cells are activated in response to interferons or macrophage-derived cytokines. NK cells are also participating in antibody-dependent cell-mediated cytotoxicity. Antibodies that bind to antigens can be recognized by CD16 receptors expressed on NK cells, resulting in NK activation, release of cytolytic granules, and consequent cell apoptosis. So here on the surface of NK cell, some receptors called the CD16 is present that will bind to antibodies that are already bound with an antigen. That CD60 present on the surface of NK cell will recognize antibody that is bounded with the antigen, and that will result in activation of NK cell. Okay, then NK cell will release some cytolytic granules. We already told that granzymes that will make pores and that will lead to apoptosis. That is antibody-dependent cell-mediated cytotoxicity. NK cells secrete cytokines such as interferon gamma and tumor necrosis factor alpha, which act on other immune cells like macrophage and dendritic cell to enhance the immune response. So, the cytokines produced by interferon gamma and tumor necrosis factor alpha will activate other immune cells like macrophages and dendritic cells. Okay. That will enhance immune response. Next is dendritic cells. Dendritic cells, DCS, named for their probing tree-like or dendritic shape. You can see that in this figure, here some tree-like structures is there, or it is like dendrites of neuron. So it is called dendritic cell. Responsible for the initiation of adaptive immune responses. DCS or dendritic cells are bone marrow derived leukocytes. Professional antigen presenting cells. Dendritic cells are capable of antigen uptake and processing and presentation to naive T cells. So, this professional antigen presenting cell will present antigen for naive T cell. So, they are helping for the activation of T cells. Antigen uptake occurs through different mechanisms including phagocytosis, endocytosis, pinocytosis and macropinocytosis. They are uptaking antigen through this process: phagocytosis, endocytosis, pinocytosis and macropinocytosis. These antigen presenting cells lead to the processing and presentation of antigen via major histocompatibility complex MSC class 2 molecule. So on the surface of this dendritic cell, MSC class 2 molecule are present. These dendritic cells are presenting antigens to naive T cell via this MSC2. On the surface of B cell also MSC2 is present. MSC class 2 is present. In dendritic cells also MSC class 2 is present. Okay. Monocyte or macrophages. Inside blood vessel it is called monocyte. In tissue it is called macrophages. Mononuclear phagocyte. That means one nucleus is present or one lobe is present. Neutrophils are called polymorphonuclear because because of the presence of multi-lobe, it is called polymorphonuclear leukocyte or neutrophil. This is mononuclear phagocyte. So this is a phagocytic cell generated from myeloid progenitor in bone marrow. Monocytes circulate in blood. Once in the tissue, these cells are named macrophages. Inside blood, it is called monocyte. In tissue, it is called macrophages. Different functions of macrophages are: they are phagocytic and exhibit a microcidal mechanism through oxygen dependent and independent mechanism. They are able to present antigen and activate lymphocyte. Once activated, they release and stimulate cytokine secretion. They modulate the immune response. They participate in tissue recognition after the inflammation process has ceased through production of extracellular matrix proteins like collagen and elastase and matrix metalloproteinases. They produce cytotoxic factors involved in the immunity against tumors. So these are the functions of macrophages. So in different tissue, macrophages have different names. Names of macrophages according to tissue location. In connective tissue, it is called histiocyte. In serous cavities, it is called peritoneal macrophage. Liver, Kupffer cell. Bone tissue, osteoclast. Lung, alveolar macrophage or dust cell. Nervous system, microglial cell. Spleen, sinusoidal lining cell. Skin, Langerhans cell. Inflamed tissue, infiltrating macrophage. Try to remember some of the example or some of the names like liver, bone tissue, lung, nervous system, skin. If you can remember all this means that is good. At least you have to remember this liver, bone tissue, lung, nervous system, skin, connective system, connective tissue, etc. So what we discussed today, the cells of immune system. There are three types of cells. One is lymphoid cells. They include B cell, T cell and NK cell. Other is granulocytes that include neutrophil, basophil, eosinophil, mast cell, and other phagocytic cell like macrophage, monocyte and dendritic cells also present. And here most abundant cell is neutrophil and least abundant cell is basophil. Okay. So we can conclude this video here. In our next video, we will discuss about phagocytosis. I think this video will be helpful for you. If it is helpful, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Keep learning. Thank you.